Imagine investing just $10,000 into one of Elon Musk's earliest ventures and watching it grow into billions of dollars over the next 2 decades. Sounds impossible, right? But that's exactly the kind of wealth creation that has happened for some early investors. Not because of luck, but because they recognized something almost everyone else ignored. If you're between 18 and 30 and you've ever wondered whether it's still possible to build life-changing wealth, this story might completely change the way you think about money, investing, and risk. Because by the end of this video, you'll understand the mindset that helped create one of the greatest fortunes in modern history. Most people know Elon Musk as the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX. They see the billionaire lifestyle, the headlines, and the massive companies. But very few people know how close Elon came to losing everything. Before Tesla became the world's most valuable automaker, it was burning cash every single month. Before SpaceX landed reusable rockets, its first 3 launches failed spectacularly. Many experts believed both companies would collapse. Research consistently shows that most successful entrepreneurs experience multiple major failures before achieving lasting success. Elon Musk wasn't an exception. He simply refused to quit. And that's where many people get the story wrong. They think wealth comes from one lucky investment. In reality, wealth is usually built through years of calculated risk, relentless learning, and surviving moments when almost everyone else gives up. If you've ever felt like you're starting too late or don't have enough money to invest, you're not alone. The real lesson isn't how much money Elon had, it's how he thought differently. So here's exactly what made his journey so extraordinary. Point 1. He started before he was ready. At just 12 years old, Elon sold a simple video game called Blastar. It wasn't worth millions, but it proved something important. Creating value is more powerful than simply earning a paycheck. Every billionaire starts somewhere. But this next lesson is where everything changed. Point 2. He took calculated risks. After selling Zip2 for hundreds of millions, Elon could have retired comfortably. Instead, he invested nearly everything into his next companies. Most people diversify immediately. Elon concentrated his wealth into ideas he deeply understood. That level of conviction changed everything. Point 3. Failure became his greatest teacher. SpaceX's first rocket exploded. Then the second. Then the third. 3 failures in a row would have ended most companies. Instead of quitting, Musk studied every mistake and improved the design. The 4th launch succeeded and saved the company. Remember this because the next point explains why persistence alone wasn't enough. Point 4. He solved massive problems. Elon didn't build small businesses. He focused on industries worth hundreds of billions of dollars: transportation, energy, payments, internet services, and space exploration. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. This mindset separates many entrepreneurs from billion-dollar founders. Point 5. He reinvested, instead of spending. When Musk earned money, he didn't immediately upgrade his lifestyle. He poured capital back into building companies. Compounding doesn't only work for investments. It also works for businesses, skills, and experience. We're halfway through, and the biggest lesson is still ahead. Point 6. He built for the long term. Tesla lost money for years. Investors criticized the company constantly. But Elon focused on where the business would be 10 years later, not next quarter. Many successful investors follow the same principle: think in decades, not days. And that brings us to the most important lesson. Point 7. He never stopped learning. Elon famously taught himself rocket science by reading books and asking experts difficult questions. He believes knowledge compounds just like money. Every book, every conversation, and every mistake increases your future value. That's a strategy anyone can use, even without millions of dollars. So what are the 3 biggest lessons from Elon Musk's incredible journey? First, start before you feel completely ready. Second, invest in knowledge before chasing money. Third, think long-term. Extraordinary wealth rarely happens overnight. You don't need billions to apply these principles. You can start by learning one new investing concept this week, saving your first $100, or investing consistently over time. Small actions repeated for years often create extraordinary results. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which lesson from Elon Musk's story surprised you the most? Leave your answer in the comments. And if you enjoy stories about billionaires, investing, and the psychology of wealth, subscribe, because the next video explores how Warren Buffett turned patience into one of the greatest fortunes in history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This content is for educational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor before making investment decisions.